Now, in this clipping, we shall be talking about our own country India and specially about the city Bombay. As I told you earlier also that the Britishers had three major presidency cities, that is Calcutta, Bombay and Madras. Bombay in fact has a story that it was a group of 7 islands, and in the beginning it was the Portuguese who gained control over Bombay and the Britishers were nowhere near them. But when it was King Charles II who married a Portuguese princess, and this Bombay city was given as a dowry to Prince Charles II. Thus, the city changed hand from the Portuguese control to the British control. Bombay became very important slowly and gradually. It was a place or a hub of cotton textile, and it also became a port city, slowly an administrative center when it became a presidency city, and then it was a big industrial center. Later on you will see that even the film industry will be added to the color of Bombay, which means that the country could boast of all that you can think of in the manufacturing area. That is why we have made the comparison of London and Bombay, as London, if you remember, had 5 major manufacturing units wherein you could find everything from the precision articles to the industrial textile and to the printing and everything. Same way, Bombay also could boast of all the manufacturing hub in the city itself. Well, now when it was becoming so very important, there had to be certain characteristics to the city. It so happened that all the rich people, influential people started having hold on the city, whether they were traders, artisans, bankers or industrialists. All these people became very, very important in the Bombay city. Then there was a fresh surge of migration from the neighborhood areas as the workers started flowing inside the city in search of job. Again, that same similarity in London also, the people were moving from the nearby areas and far-flung areas in search of employment, and similar condition occurred in Bombay too. The first cotton textile mill, I told you in the previous chapter also, was set up here in 1854. That means the beginning of industrialization leading to urbanization and similar problems that you shall be seeing in Bombay as you have seen in London city. So, let us see about the problem of housing and neighborhood. If you have seen and if you remember London, there were tenements, there were problem of pollution, there was problem of sanitation. So, here too we will see similar kind of problems. First of all, the Bombay fort area, that is the major heart of the city, had been divided into 2 sections. One was meant for the natives, called as the native town, and the other was the white section wherein the Europeans dwelled. That is, the heart of the city first of all got divided into 2 major chunks. Then to the north of this Bombay fort area, the fort settlement area started developing. That is, wherein the Europeans started having their own fort kind of establishments. Very strong hold that they had in this area. Towards the south of the Bombay fort area, cantonment was developed. Cantonment is a military area where the garrisons and other such things are there. Then, when so many people are settling down, that is, the Europeans are coming in, the natives have started having big factories, and there is a fresh surge of migration of workers. the first problem that Bombay got hit was the problem of the acute shortage of water. The city now did not have enough water to meet the needs of the population. Here also started another big problem, that is the earlier people, and especially the Parsis and the big businessmen, had spacious bungalows, that is they lived in huge independent houses, and the poor mill workers who had migrated from outside were forced to live in chawls. Chawls are, as I told you, multi-storied structure, and everyone has a small little room for oneself, and there are no private toilets. The living conditions here are very poor, very unhealthy, unhygienic. There is no privacy. That is the life of a person dwelling in a chawl. So it was a city of contrast, wherein you could see spacious bungalows on one side of the road and you could see chawls on the other side of the road. You could see people living and enjoying in luxury on one side of the road, and you could see people dying of disease and hunger living in chawls. That was the first sight that you can experience of Bombay even today. So, starting with the problems of Bombay, I have told you shortage of water and I have told you the coming up of the chawls. I will continue with it in the next clipping.